it's thinking like one that's going to get this bill passed. And I'm telling you, if it feels like in the toxic provision that there's too much regulation.
It's cleaning up Chesapeake Bay. It's not regulation. And regulation is what congressmen do.
I'm a Republican congressman. We look out for local business.
Well, when the Chesapeake starts turning fluorescent colors, local business is going to have a bigger concern.
Well, that's why I'm supporting this bill.
And that's why the president signed it.
Good. But you skipped the part where the majority of Congress votes for it.
So much.
So I'm asking you again, does it feel too...
No, it doesn't feel too regulated. It doesn't have the texture of, how do you say, you should say claw.
Hey, shut up.
A big guy. Shut up.
Let's get back to work.
What's Chesapeake mean?
Big Shellfish Bay. Never spent any time there?
No.
Oh, it's incredibly beautiful. You ever been there?
Chesapeake Bay?
No. There was a fuel spill on the ground at Andrews. They had cleaned up before it ran.
Man, after an 18-hour flight.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to my office. Why don't you guys move on to point, non-point source pollution and storm runoff? I'll be back in 2 minutes.
There a while and check it out.
Yeah, they're saying it's not.
They're saying it's a light.
Alright, do me a favor. I want the president to look at the Medicaid rules.
I'll fax it up there.
Congressman.
We just had a meeting canceled.
Yeah, they spilled some on the runway. I just got part of the story.
Runway incursion is called. Nothing like flying 8,000 miles, then circling the parking lot. We were witness.
I'm sorry?
You were working with Tom Hanks?
Do you want to fax those things?
Yeah, you can try and see Jim. Okay. Chesapeake Bay cleanup.
We talked about this.
It's nothing. It's Chesapeake Bay cleanup.
The vulnerable Republican, we can't hand him victory. You're giving him a seat.
It's a bipartisan bill. It's a victory for us. It's an environmental bill. The Republicans hate it. It's incredibly regulatory.
I don't care. It's got his name on it. He's delivering Chesapeake Bay to Maryland. They're going to be elected.
Well, I appreciate your thoughts.
Josh, you know it's a bill Democrats call apart but re-elect? They call it the lonely landslide. There's a sentiment that the president wanted Republican Congress. Look at
That's absurd.
why do you think one of the most vulnerable Republicans are making an argument for divided government?
Divided government's what we got. We should go on a hunger strike.
No, but do you want to take back the House enough? Because if you Democrats don't think your heart's so really in it,
And what?
there's a reason they're calling it a lonely landslide. We've talked about this. Anyway, look, have a good night.
Good night, Congress.
What do you think of me?
They just told me. Donna's getting CJ on her phone. I sent Will to the Philippines in my place. It's not like they're not gonna fix it. You don't have to feel guilty about it. No, but thank God I sent Will in my place. How long before they know?
They're about 5 minutes away.
Well, that's about all the time CJ's got to work with up there. Of course, Leo, there's a wire service guy standing at Andrews right now whose job it is to record the mill's downtime. And pretty soon he's gonna say, show me the fuel spill.
A wire guy on the ground. Told me 20 White House reporters are about to see a supersonic fighter jet 200 feet outside their window. It's gonna be a story, but he's gonna be down by then. A couple of hours ago, we lost 5 guys in friendly fire in Kundu. Platoon of infantrymen called it an airstrike during live fire training off the western coast. There was a GPS error, and they became the target. I need you to talk to Mark Richardson right away tonight. He's speaking at Brookings tomorrow, and he's coming out against U.S. involvement in Kundu.
Well, we knew he felt that way.
We didn't know he was saying so and doing it at the Brookings Institution, so let's see what we can do.
I hate that whole thing part.
Stop and town, get off the table.
Called an area and the computer hit him as a target. Which I think the guy who explains that. Still wants someone giving you a hard time about the Chesapeake cleanup. And they're not big fans of it. I meant because of the nuisance of having to circle around up there when I said, thank God I sent Will instead of me.
Okay.
Not because of the other thing. I know what you meant.
It's going to be along the right side of the plane, and we're going to be in the area of Harper's Ferry.
Blue Ridge Mountains, what can we look at?
At night, anything with lights or fireworks?
It's well for a week at Shenandoah National Park. Lilacs, Smoker.
Just so sad, okay.
We're nowhere near Shenandoah National Park. It's a whole different state.
I was looking at Blue Ridge Mountains.
Any kind of festival of lights or a song? Is there a comet?
CJ will.
Yeah, it's confirmed. 5 infantrymen. They're on their way back.
Family's been notified.
No,
Let's
do
try.
that when I get on the ground. Will, I was supposed to get a Columbia recertification briefing in the car. Are you in a position to do it up here?
You wouldn't rather have someone from state?
The statute says it's gotta be in person.
Yeah, I can do it. What are you certifying?
And Columbia is an ally in the drug war. So what's the plan?
At the moment, we're looking for something in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
At night.
Something with lights.
They're gonna work?
I don't see how it possibly can fail.
All right. Let's get this over with and land.
Librarian. Sorry.
Okay, it's time. It's a minute away. Good luck.
Did you say good luck to me?
Yeah.
You're in the
No, you have to. I screw with them all the time. You're not gonna buy it from me.
You're not gonna buy it from anybody. That plane's gonna be really close.
It's not worth a try. Look at me. Look at my face. It's not worth a try.
Look at me, look at my face. Hey, listen everybody. The colonel just told us we're about to go by something incredible, and you hardly ever get to see this. It's gonna be out the left side of the plane.
What is it?
Gotta come over to the left side. Everybody over here, it's coming up.
What are we over?
Well, we're over the Blue Ridge Mountains, but there's a festival of lights and bonfires in this region that accompanies something called the Wildflower, Renaissance, with lilac and ochre.
That you can see from 33,000 feet?
Yes, it's arranged in a pattern that befuddles astronomers to this day. We should be coming up on
Oh my God!
Of course, on the right side of the plane is an F-16 Falcon.
CJ, what the hell's going
He's
on?
on our way.
Have we been attacked? Armed?
Signal, this is CJ Craig. Shut off the phones in the press cabin.
Okay, you're not a rip.
There's a problem with the plane's landing gear.
Is it down?
Sir, we don't know yet.
Why not?
There's no wounded now. It's tough for them to see under the plane. There's still time.
What's next?
We do a flyby at Adams Tower and take a look.
How close do we fly to the tower?
You're gonna have to fly pretty close.
At what altitude?
Pretty low.
We can't just stay up here for a couple of days and wait till there's a moon.
We'll let the boys next door on the phone and poke around a little bit first. But I want to tell you,
Well,
we're gonna have to refuel pretty soon.
Larry, we can go back and mention that to CJ.
Yes, sir.
Disguise.
No one up here is in a position to file right now.
Not in a position to. Air Force One isn't landing and it has a military escort.
That's the story you'd file. You wouldn't mention the landing gear. Of FAA regulations, the cell phone will be confiscated by a steward. They want to refuel. How do they do that?
Well, instead of an F-16 coming up next time, see KC-10 is gonna, land on top of us. They know how to do it.
Yeah, they're going to do a mid-air refueling of the KC-10.
What does that mean?
It means they think we're going to be up here for a little while longer. How much longer can they stay up there?
Theoretically, they can keep getting refueled for months.
I don't really see that happening.
Me neither. The Falcon's gonna give them a thumbs up or thumbs down.
And if it's thumbs down, they
Okay.
lay down foam.
You guys shouldn't be talking about it out there, all right?
Vanilla.
I had a conversation with Semmel and Siegel a little while ago.
About the Chesapeake cleanup.
They're just pissed as hell that Tom Landis is sitting out there working in the Roosevelt room.
He didn't storm the gate.
Well, they would prefer you have to. You're opening it for them.
I get the House is angry we didn't take back the House, and setting aside the fact it was their damn fault, not ours. Stopping all bipartisan legislation It's like saying, let's blow up the place. Maybe voters will hire us to rebuild it.
I'm with you. But I need you guys to make a small change to Chesapeake.
We're finishing it now, right?
The caucus chair with DCCC would add revenue enhancements, a dedicated levy from local businesses, and they want binding targets on all the non-point source stuff.
Okay. It's been 3 different ways of saying a brand new tax on local business.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. In fact, I'm all for it. But Tom's got to take this back to a vote.
And we have to take it to Democrats, and it's reasonable. We put the same provisions in Superfund.
So, what's going on up there?
Margaret, get me the sick room. The F-16's having trouble seeing the gear because it's a moonless night. It just took on another 4 hours worth of fuel.
Online.
Major, uncomfortable any longer with the plane up there by itself? I agree. And there's going to be a wire service reporter on the ground at Andrews who's going to start seeing something. You better have him spill some fuel out there. Please, on the runway we're not going to need. The president? Oh, at least all our friends are going to have some company account. 22nd Tactical Fighter Wing with their missiles on it.
Captain Ziegler, he's waiting for you. You can go ahead. Thank you. Congressman, I'm afraid I have some bad news. One of your constituents died today. Gunnery Sergeant Harold Dokes from Veteran Stocks. It was a friendly fire accident. 5 guys reported fire and a computer popped their coordinates. And the bodies are being flown here now.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Your speech at the Brookings Institution tomorrow. Congressman, are you opposing intervention in Kundu because so far it's the black kids who are doing the dying?
Toby, I'm opposing an intervention in Kundu because I'm still waiting for an intervention in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but the fact that this is immediate, I mean to say, the mass slaughter of tens of thousands of Africans, mostly young men, which calls for
I understand what it... You ever been to a maximum security prison?
maximum, no.
It's the black kids who are doing the dying there, too.
The lives we're saving in Kundu, and I agree that...
I wasn't elected by the lives we're saving in Kundu. I was elected by the lives that are doing the saving.
But you agree there are moral imperatives?
Well, if there are moral imperatives, then you've got to tell me we're going to go get everybody, beginning with the Saudis.
Mark, obviously, we need votes from the Black Caucus next week. Are you telling me it isn't in the vested interest of Black America?
It is in the vested interest of working class America, Black, Latino, and yes, even white, to be able to choose between more than a McDonald's uniform or a Marine uniform.
And how is opposing the peacekeeping bill at Brookings going to achieve?
I'm not opposing the peacekeeping bill. In fact, the whole Black Caucus is going to stand behind it, but with a proposed amendment.
Doing what?
Reinstating the draft. I think the kids in my district are going to live longer if their fortunes are tied a little more closely to the fortunes of the kids in Josh Lyman's district.
You want to draft 1 million middle-class kids out of spite?
Well, I don't want to draft anybody out of anything. I'm just trying to promote some patriotic unity. Bill?
Yes, sir.
Can you find out for me when the...
I am a defense awesomeness for villagers. Go check me out, 954-882. Thank you. Protect your villagers with Alex's Villager Defense. Thank you for this ad.
Well, apparently after 8 years of Obama in office,
Nothing.
nothing.
You know what gripes my ass?